Hi guys, my name is Dr. Lee Sung. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Imagine experiencing the normal physical sensation that should lead to ejaculation, but when the moment comes, nothing comes out. No semen, no fluid, just the sensation. For many men, this can be confusing, even frightening. Some start thinking something is seriously wrong with their body. Others stay silent because they feel embarrassed to talk about it. But what if I told you that this condition is actually more common than people think? And in many cases, it has a medical explanation and even a solution. Today we are going to talk about something that most people never discuss openly: dry ejaculation. What causes it, what symptoms you should pay attention to, and what urologists actually say about it. And make sure you stay until the end of this video, because later I'll reveal some surprising facts about male reproductive health that most men have never heard before. First, let's understand what normally happens inside the male body during ejaculation. The male reproductive system is controlled by a complex interaction between nerves, muscles, hormones, and glands. When a man becomes sexually stimulated, signals travel through the nervous system to coordinate the release of semen from the prostate, seminal vesicles, and other glands. These fluids mix together and travel through the urethra to be released outside the body. However, in dry ejaculation, something interrupts this process. The sensation of orgasm may still occur, but the semen does not come out the way it normally should. This can happen for several different reasons, and understanding those reasons is the first step to solving the problem. One possible cause is something called retrograde ejaculation. In this situation, the semen actually moves backward into the bladder instead of moving forward out of the body. The bladder neck muscle, which normally closes during ejaculation, fails to close properly. As a result, semen flows into the bladder instead of exiting through the urethra. Many men only discover this when they notice cloudy urine after orgasm. Another cause can be nerve damage. Conditions like diabetes can affect the nerves responsible for controlling ejaculation. Over time, high blood sugar levels can damage delicate nerve fibers that coordinate the reproductive system. When these nerves are not functioning properly, the normal release mechanism can be disrupted. Certain surgeries can also lead to dry ejaculation. For example, surgeries involving the prostate, bladder, or spinal cord may affect the muscles and nerves involved in ejaculation. In these cases, the body's internal coordination may change, leading to reduced or absent semen release. Medications can also play a role. Some drugs used to treat high blood pressure, prostate enlargement, or depression may influence nerve signals and muscle contractions involved in ejaculation. This doesn't happen to everyone, but it's a possibility doctors often consider when evaluating the condition. Interestingly, psychological factors may also influence sexual function. Stress, anxiety, and chronic fatigue can affect hormone levels and nervous system responses. When the body is under constant stress, the delicate balance required for reproductive function can be disrupted. Now here is something that many men don't realize. Experiencing dry ejaculation occasionally does not automatically mean there is a serious health problem. Sometimes the body simply reacts temporarily to fatigue, dehydration, stress, or medication changes. However, if it becomes persistent, it's important to investigate further. Another point that surprises many people is that dry ejaculation does not always affect sexual pleasure. Some men report that the sensation of orgasm remains similar, even though there is little or no semen released. However, the biggest concern for many couples is fertility, because semen plays an essential role in reproduction. When a man wants to have children, the absence of semen during ejaculation can make natural conception more difficult. In such cases, medical evaluation becomes very important. Doctors may perform tests to determine whether semen is entering the bladder or if there is another underlying cause. Diagnosis usually involves reviewing medical history, medications, and lifestyle factors. Doctors may also analyze urine samples after orgasm to check for the presence of sperm. This simple test can help confirm retrograde ejaculation. The good news is that treatment options do exist depending on the cause. Sometimes adjusting medications can improve the situation. In other cases, doctors may prescribe drugs that help strengthen the bladder neck muscles so semen flows in the correct direction. Lifestyle improvements can also play an important role. Maintaining healthy blood sugar levels, exercising regularly, staying hydrated, and reducing stress can all support better reproductive health. The human body often responds positively when overall health improves. Before we go deeper, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered how many men experience changes in ejaculation at some point in their life but never talk about it? Many men quietly notice changes in their reproductive function, but because the topic feels personal or embarrassing, they simply ignore it. One of the most fascinating things about the male body is how coordinated the reproductive system really is. During sexual arousal, signals start in the brain and travel down the spinal cord to activate nerves controlling the prostate, pelvic muscles, and bladder neck. Everything must work with precise timing. If even one part of this chain is disrupted, ejaculation may change. Another interesting factor many people rarely hear about is age-related change. As men grow older, hormone levels, especially testosterone, can gradually decline. This doesn't happen overnight, but over time, hormonal shifts can influence libido, energy levels, and semen production. Hydration also plays a role in semen production. The human body depends on proper fluid balance, and dehydration can affect many bodily processes. Nutrition is equally important because the body requires vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats to maintain hormone balance and gland function. Sleep is another powerful factor. During deep sleep, the body performs many repair processes, including hormone regulation and nervous system recovery. Chronic sleep deprivation can gradually influence multiple systems in the body. Stress can also have a silent impact. When someone experiences long-term stress, hormone levels and nerve signals may shift. Over time, this can influence reproductive function. Pelvic floor muscles are another piece of the puzzle. These muscles help control the release of urine and semen. When they are weak or poorly coordinated, certain aspects of ejaculation may change. Some doctors even recommend pelvic exercises to strengthen these muscles. Another aspect to consider is nerve communication. The spinal cord acts like a highway connecting the brain and reproductive organs. If nerve signals are disrupted due to injury or illness, ejaculation patterns may change. Doctors often ask detailed questions about medical history because every detail matters. They may ask about diabetes, surgeries, medications, or long-term illnesses that could affect nerve or muscle function. The prostate gland also plays an important role. It produces a large portion of the fluid that forms semen. Changes in prostate health can influence semen production and ejaculation patterns. Retrograde ejaculation remains one of the most common explanations. When the bladder neck muscle fails to close properly, semen flows backward into the bladder instead of exiting the body. Many men feel completely normal except for the absence of semen. Doctors can confirm this by testing urine after orgasm. If sperm cells appear in that urine sample, it strongly suggests retrograde ejaculation. In some cases, treatment can help. Doctors may adjust medications or prescribe drugs that strengthen the bladder neck muscle. Managing underlying conditions like diabetes may also improve nerve function over time. Regular exercise improves blood circulation and supports hormone balance. Balanced nutrition provides the body with essential nutrients. Mental relaxation reduces stress that can affect physical responses. One of the most important messages here is that many men hesitate to discuss reproductive health issues because of embarrassment, but urologists deal with these concerns every day and see them simply as medical conditions that can be evaluated and treated. The male body is also surprisingly adaptable. When underlying causes are addressed, normal function can sometimes improve gradually. Temporary factors like medication changes or stress may resolve over time. Understanding how the body works removes unnecessary fear. Knowledge allows men to recognize when something is normal and when it may need medical attention. Taking care of reproductive health is not only about fixing problems, it's about maintaining overall health through simple habits like exercise, proper nutrition, good sleep, and regular medical checkups. If you found this information helpful and want to keep learning about men's health explained in a clear and honest way, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos that could help you understand your health better.